What up? It's your boy Greg Dutton. Thanks for liking my channel. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and sharing my videos. Today, I have something on my mind I need to get off my chest to you guys because I was contacted by somebody, and you know how God works in ways that you never even thought would happen. So, I met this person last night. They contacted me and was like, man, I'm going through something, and I don't know what I gotta do, and I feel like my world is crashing, basically, in other words. But it was just how they found me, because they were just looking for some sort of inspiration, some sort of way, some way, somehow on social media. They came across my page on Facebook. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for following it. And as they were sharing their story, somehow, some way, I was able to relate to what they were feeling. Because again, I'm not perfect. I'm not somebody who knows everything. But as we began to talk, they went from 1,000 energy to almost about 10. And it's only because I was able to relate to them on that level, and I was able to talk with them and get them to see that what they're going through is not permanent. Pain is only temporary. Pain is something at the time being. We're all built for certain things. We all have our own story. We all have our own battles that we got to face in life. And to you, thank you for contacting me. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I'm glad I was able to help you. I'm glad I was able to help you think positive from here on out, and that to show you that there is not an end to your life. There's not an end to your story. Like I said, I will end the story. My story continues. My story is still being written, and yours is too. So don't give up. Don't give up the fight. I know times are hard, but like I was saying to you on the conversation that we had, when there's a lot of turmoil going on, when there's a lot of bad things going on around you, it's hard, but think about the good things that are on the outside of that. And this message for everybody else that's going through something. Think of what's going on the outside of that makes you happy, that makes you smile, that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel good about your situation. Because then that's when what's on the outside of, like, okay, like this is your circle of what's going on around you, right? What's going on the outside of that circle is what you can't see. But the more you try to focus on that circle, the more you try to feel good about yourself, the more you try to feel good about your situations on the outside of that, that's going to cloud the bad things that's going on in your life, and that's going to help you some sort of way feel positive about yourself. Because I was sharing my story about my hip surgery, about how I almost died 2 days later because the doctors didn't know what to do. They gave me a blood transfusion, and they were just going to basically see what happens. I thought there would be a point where I was like, oh my gosh, there's nothing else for them to do, I guess. I didn't know what was going on. And what made me feel good was I was at peace. I was at peace with the situation. I was at peace with whatever God was doing, whatever God was working with me. And I was able to overcome that because after the hip surgery, I didn't start walking until 3 weeks later. Maybe 2 weeks, I'm not sure. Like, I took my first steps, and it was like, it took me a while to get to that point, but once I got there, it was like nothing else was able to stop me then. All the trouble of getting my health back together first was the hard part. It was frustrating to me. It got to me to the point where I didn't know what to do, but finally, when I took that first step, even though it was against doctor's orders, I took that first step, and it took off from there. Like, that's when I found the positive energy to be like, okay, if I can walk now, nothing's gonna stop me from overcoming this. And that's what I want you to remember as well. Yes, times get hard, times get rough, But there's always a positive light. There's always a bigger light at the end of the tunnel of whatever you're going through. So don't give up. Keep the fight going. Thank you for sharing your messages with me. Thank you for following me on my Facebook and Instagram. And I hope as days go on that I can be a positive influence in your life to share your story to others of what you're going through. And that way you can be a light to somebody else. All right. But to everybody else, yes, we're all built for certain reasons. We all have a story. We all have a background. We all have a history. But never let your history haunt you. Never let your history keep you there. Keep pushing forward. Keep moving and keep doing what you're doing. I will, end of story. That's where that comes from. Okay? All right, but you guys have a great Memorial Day. I will see you guys soon. I love you guys. Stay safe.